Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us once again live here from the Republican Party of Texas Convention in Houston. I'm Brandon Waltons, the managing editor of Texas Scorecard, and we've been talking with not only elected officials but also grassroots leaders about the business that's been happening right here. As you can see behind me, we've got the exhibit hall here as people are kind of flowing in and out before they get to work on some of the business of the platform and the priorities. Joining me right now is Rebecca Hardy with Texas for Vaccine Choice. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining me. And first off, why is it important to your organization to be right here in Houston this week?
That is a great question. We are here because all Texans have just lived through 2 years of the most egregious overreach when it comes to informed consent and vaccine choice.
And when we talk about vaccine choice, right, this is an issue that your organization has been around for several years, but this is an issue that I think most people haven't thought about until the last year or two since COVID is when it really hit the national stage.
Yes, so our organization has really been focused on the childhood vaccination mandates for the past 7 years, or the first 5 years of our existence, because those were always the bills that were filed at the Capitol. Mandate bills, campus reporting bills that would infringe really on the rights of parents when it comes to making informed decisions for their children. Mm-hmm. But then came COVID, and to your point, these adult mandates have been what has really shined a bigger national spotlight on the vaccine choice issue.
A lot of people might think, I mean, look, we're here in a convention center. There's I barely seeing a single mask. There's no social distancing, any of that stuff that we saw from the last couple of years. And so some people mind, right, COVID's over, and they maybe have forgotten about some of the restrictions that people have seen. But you have pointed out that there are still people who have been forced out of their jobs because of some of these mandates.
Yes, even today there are people still losing their jobs over the vaccine mandates. And this is the COVID jabs. It is now well known that they are not doing much to prevent infection or transmission, and yet we are still seeing employers implement these non-scientific policies that infringe on people's right to their livelihood, their religious expression, and it's really frustrating to see really elected officials at all levels just kind of stay, except for a few, have remained quiet on it.
To that point, you have a pledge, right? This vaccine protection pledge that you've encouraged not just current office holders, but also candidates for elected office to file. What's been the response on that?
It has been incredible. So we had a vaccine choice protection pledge for the March primary. We had it for the May local elections. We had it for the primary runoff. And if there's some local candidates, we'll have a pledge for those runoffs. And then again in the general. And then the biggest push that we've been doing recently is, of course, our vaccine choice protection pledge here at the RPT. There's several elections that take place here with the delegation, and we have a robust voter guide that we have posted in our booth as well as online. And this is just a pledge. We've kind of honed the pledge a little, the language a little differently for each election, since those candidates have different roles in their elected capacity, and it's been really overwhelming to see the response. I think in the March primary I kept on having to shrink the font on the voter guide, and that was a good problem to have. I think I had to shrink the font 15 times.
Yeah, as more and more candidates say, it went to my spam inbox.
And so it's been, well, what happened is that candidates kept on writing in and saying, all these voters are coming up to the polls saying, why aren't you on this voter guide? And they were like, I'm sorry, here you go. I'm staying with y'all. So it was really fun, a lot of last minute entries with those elections.
When we talk about the party's business, one of the legislative priorities that people are going to be able to vote on, delegates rather, here at the convention are going to be able to vote on Saturday is medical freedom. Okay, this is one of the choices. I think there's 15 potential legislative priorities. That list will get whittled down to 8 tomorrow. Do you feel good about the chances of this being a priority, and what would that mean for the movement for it to have that designation?
Yes, I am feeling very good. We sent out an email asking for all of the delegates here to sign on to be designated medical freedom delegates here, and we had over 200 people saying, yes, I want to advocate for medical freedom in my SD caucus with my fellow delegates. So we have this real huge network of people that are working their delegations, making sure that people are prepared to vote medical freedom very high on the priority list. What that means, this is really important, and I hope the delegates understand, when an issue is included on that list of legislative priorities, the Republican Party of Texas can then designate resources to work that issue at the Capitol. The party is also empowered to hold the elected officials accountable for their position and their votes on the issue. So this is a huge opportunity for us to really join forces, lock arms with the party that supports vaccine choice right now.
And if people want to join you in that fight, where can they go to sign up and get more information?
Yes, TexansForVaccineChoice.com is our website. We just hosted a coffee over in our booth with several medical professionals. We'll be getting those videos up there very soon. We have a wonderful app as well that's available in both app stores. We have an online merch store on our website as well. So you can find us everywhere.
Anywhere. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching online, we're going to continue to have conversations with folks here at the Republican Party of Texas Convention in Houston. You can watch all of it at TexasScorecard.com. Thank you.
Thank you.